Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Happy week 16. It is a beautiful blessing to be here with you and just all the different shifts and transformations that's happened over the past 16 weeks together and to be here in this moment with this video with you. And this week again, we put out the content around what you all wanted to hear about or to be led on or have more information on. So that's what these recordings this week are about compared to the normal teachings we offer. So you asked for more information about being a co-creator of your life and co-creation with that exact being or with your exact being. So it's important to remember that why it's so profound to have a human experience is there's a koan in the Buddhist lineage, and they say that if monks were to take a inner tube out to the middle of the ocean and put that inner tube in the ocean, you have more of a chance of a turtle sticking its head up through the center of that inner tube any given moment than a soul actually gets to have a chance to come be human. So just know to actually come here and to be part of this evolutionary process on this planet. We are the baby of the cosmos. And so this space, this beautiful earth in the cosmos, I won't go down too much on this rabbit hole, but it literally is the Eden of the cosmos. This is the Hawaii of the universe. This is where all souls want to come to experience this beautiful playground of the majestic place we call Earth, because it's a complete imbalance with itself. And the co-creating part is that know that all expressions of life in the cosmos up till now had the opportunity to actually flow source energy, and which we all connect to source energy, which is a beautiful way. But the human being is so complex in a beautiful way, knowing the fact that there is this theory about the 12 cells of our DNA that haven't been turned on yet that have some very mystical and profound parts of ourselves that are being turned on in this lifetime, which is incredible. And we have the opportunity to. And so our being is structured to actually become a co-creation with source of our life and begin to co-create the reality that we want to live in, and more importantly, what we all want to experience. Everything from the relationships, to the challenges, to the trauma, to the blissful moments, all of it, we have an ability to create. And up to the time you have the awareness around that, you're creating from an unconscious space. So meaning the fact that, like, if you had a trauma as a child, if you had difficult relationships growing up, if you never felt you could trust the other gender or a parent, or going outside of your house, or had never experiences in restaurants, like that is going to continue to unfold because it's a belief system. And so when you can actually get past the point of realizing like where you are and where you want to be, the only thing in between those 2 points is the belief that you're not already there. I know some of this is really like not able for the cognitive or logical brain to grasp. And that's okay, because this types of understanding comes from experience, right? Coming back to the understanding that everything in life is happening for you, never to you, never against you, and being able to look back, like wherever you are in this moment of life, being able to take a breath, turn around for a moment and look down your timeline of experiences from your place of birth. I would advise you to write the timeline out. It's a really beautiful, beautiful activity. But write out the timeline around like all the things that you've experienced in life. And you'll begin to recognize that these are things that came into your field of influence to help you expand, to help you grow, to challenge you, all these different things. And then when you can dive deeper into it, you actually can begin to understand that you had a portion or you had a piece of actually creating that experience because you needed it, not logically, not meaning the fact that your humanness went back and created it, meaning the fact that your higher self helped fuse that experience together for the soul to grow from. And it was based on your belief systems of how you navigated it, right? That's my dog snoring. So, anyways, through our subconscious beliefs and then conscious beliefs, when we begin to become aware of them, will mold and begin to co-create our life. So when we can navigate through that or clear limiting beliefs, some beliefs are beautiful for us. Some beliefs help us grow to a certain moment and they're no longer needed in our life. So they help us through that space. Either way, we have the power as a human species, because right now we are the most complex created organism in the cosmos so far, and we are the first ones that actually can co-create our life through coming into the context of like what belief systems we are carrying, what limitations are in our field, whether we adopted them from what we were taught as we were raised, we accumulated them through experiences in our life, and being able to see all of that, again, without judgment, in a space of neutrality, without judging any of it, because then it will actually see the teaching of why those were there. And if you can see the teachings of why those were there, you can clear them if they're no longer needed, right? So this is how we navigate the co-creation of being a co-creator of our life. It isn't just about manifesting. It's about really understanding that we can navigate life. And as you know, like 4 of us can be in the same room, experience the same experience, and there's 4 different realities that happened in that moment. And so this is it. And this is the part of it. And this is the incredible magic and spark of the moment of experiencing life. And once you can see the limiting beliefs, you can transform them into new beliefs. But under the, there are layers, because we can notice patterns, right? And under patterns are belief systems. Under belief systems are identities. And so as we kind of go down the layers, we can begin to really remove these things from our system, and we come into a broader perception around how we view our life or our experiences. And so we'll dive deeper into that later on after the Diamond Heart Project, around looking at belief systems, identities, if you want to continue the work. So that's where we are. Hopefully answer some questions around that, or not. Hopefully it gives you some answers. But just know that you have the ability to create anything in your life, any experience you want to have, based on your feelings around it, beyond what you manifest with the mind, And so as you become a co-creator of your life, the magical part is, if you want to create something to experience in your life, you need to connect to the feeling of that experience, because the universe will then match it. It will match that feeling, right? If you are grateful for what you have, the universe will give you more things to be grateful for. If you're focusing on the fear of getting a speeding ticket, then the universe will give you a speeding ticket, because that's the essence of what you're putting out based on what you're feeling. So it's really important to be able to have the awareness to always come in, check in, where you're at, where your state is. And it's okay for your state not to be neutral. The most important part is that you're aware of it, right? It's okay for the patterns to resurface that you're clearing. It's important that you're aware of it. The awareness is the key, trust is the key, but awareness is the most important part 99% of the time. It's just the awareness that it's happening, that's coming up for you. Much less if it shows up or not. It's not really the key. Okay. Again, we'll welcome more questions on that through the integration talk on Sunday. But love you all, and we'll talk soon. Blessings.